My name's Andy, or Andres Sandoval, Watsonville, California. I'm from Watsonville. It's just, must be the drugs. I don't know. Born and raised in Watsonville. On Prospect Street, Mesa Village. Since it began, 1971. They're 5 years old, 6 years old from there. Came from right up the street there, Aromas. Born and raised here. Now, ain't nobody tell me I'm leaving. I ain't going anywhere. I'm staying. And maybe you need retraining. They need retraining. Maybe sensitivity training. I don't know what it is. But what it is, that is wrong. You can't tell someone who's born and raised to leave town and because they're homeless or because they have no use for you anymore or whatever. And you're not going to take my stuff either. You're going to give it back. Because then we get in trouble. And we're citizens. Straight and simple. Or human beings. You know, let's go with human beings because you know what? What human doesn't have any rights? This is a farming community. If it wasn't for farming communities, what would they have? Nothing. So now we're going to get priced out? I don't think so. Well, we know what we need to do? Be brave. Because you know what? It is the land of the free. And you know what? Our rights aren't going to be taken by anybody. Whether you got a badge or whether you don't. It doesn't matter. Because we're humans. We're human beings that live in Watsonville, born and raised, and you know what? We feed you and we pay you. So we're on the map federally now. And that doesn't matter if we're homeless now because we got priced out. I don't think so. I mean, just because they brought the cops out doesn't mean we're going to sell out. I mean, they get the best of everything. Obviously not the training, but they get the best equipment, so they should be the best prepared at our expense. We pay our taxes. And every time we go to the store, we buy something, our taxes are paid. It's not a tourist town, it's an industrial town. It was always been industrial. I mean, workers. This is where the workers are. I mean, it's not free labor, and then you don't dispose of your laborers. They stopped that a long time ago. Because they did that, they used to do that. Use farm workers and then just kill them off. Same thing with the Chinese. I mean, how many graves are out here? I mean, there's a lot of blood to be paid and it needs to be returned. Put a price on that one. Can't. You know what? People need to know. You can look up the history of Watsonville, the dark side. You know what? There's a dark side to every town. You know, the skeletons in the closets, they're coming out now. They need to be represented. Right out here. We sleep with them. People, when they walk up, they can feel it. You know? I mean, I didn't have to be out here. But when I came out here, and something drew me out here. And you went. Always had that sweet feeling. And yeah, stayed.
Got a lot of family out here now. More people you meet, and nobody's really leaving.
Right? I mean, now because the ones that did leave, they come back anyways.
Where else can you go?
Well, some of them have houses, but they come back to make sure that these ones are okay. I mean, they do more on their own than the city does. I mean, I guess once they become family, they come back and take care of their family. It's a community. It's its own community. There's no reason to be picking on them. I mean, we keep it clean. We keep it really clean. Cleaner than most people that come out here for the day or whatever went on. I mean, we live here. We're not the ones. We're the ones cleaning it. I mean, take a look around. You think it cleaned itself? It didn't clean itself. This is the garbage that's left from upriver, all over. It's from all over. Not just people. I mean, the homeless people. I mean, I spend a lot of the day cleaning up messes that aren't even mine. But that's okay because this is where I live. This is where so, I mean, I do mine, but you know what? Not all day. Not everybody's. I mean, and then get all the blame for it. When they told me I had to move, they had a police right there, and I'm standing there and being threatened to be arrested if I didn't move out of the way. And if and if he said he didn't want to be harassed by the cops to move out of town. How? I mean, why? Who authorized that? I mean, I have rights. So they made me stand by while the bulldozer came and tore everything that I had and owned, that I claimed was mine. Even stuff that wasn't mine, but I knew it was, I was taken care of. And that's the thanks we get for working with the city, saving at least 4 lives last month. Cleaning up the needles, because one day they saw some because somebody didn't pick them up that day. The day I was gone, there was still other people here. I mean, I'm sorry they didn't pick them up, but hey, there's only, how many you're gonna miss a few once in a while. Oops. And that's the reason to keep, we kept everything else mostly clean. Take a look around. Do you see? There's no garbage. When was the city last out here? Last week. Today they're supposed to be here, but they're not here today because they have a holiday. We don't get a holiday. We live here every day, all day, 24/7, and picking up trash, picking up garbage. All day, every day. Because what? One day we don't show up, you'll see just the one day, you'll see garbage everywhere. Look at this. Look at the weeds on the sidewalk. They stopped doing that last week. And look at the sidewalks coming apart. Where's the city out there? It's a trip hazard. They're not getting in trouble. They're not getting evicted. They're not getting told to leave town. I watched 2 guys paint a curb that was less than 15, 20 feet long. 2 guys, 4 hours. I think they're a little bit spoiled. And, I was kind of razzed, because I do construction. It would have took me 15 minutes. One guy, 15 minutes, and I probably would have did it from one job heading to another one. Because my work performance, if I don't get work right, I don't get paid. If they don't work right, they get a vacation or benefits, and I don't know, how does that work? Because everywhere I went, your work performance counted on your job stability. That's just the bottom line. Isn't that the American way? Your work performance equals how long you get to stay for your job, or has that changed? Because the worst, next to East Palo Alto in the state, that means your work performance is not good. And silence is the same as lying, especially if you're going to keep the truth. If it's wrong, it's wrong. Silence doesn't help anything. It extends the life of all the ill goings on. That's it. Why bad things happen to good people? Because good people do nothing. I'm not sure who's quoted that, but it's as true as it gets. But you know what? We're not called good or bad. We seem to not exist. But you know what? If we didn't, why is it so good and a lot cleaner? You're not going to see garbage. You're not going to see filth in that river. That water runs clean. Well, wait a minute. As far as chemicals go, I don't know. I wouldn't drink it. But I think that's something to deal with the city and its management. But look at the way it's already been ill managed. We're not going to expect them to tell us the truth or not speak out loud about it, because they'd have to tell on themselves the truth and what they let happen. And then because they didn't say anything, doesn't mean it didn't happen. It did. And at Pinole Lake, worst in the state of California, it's polluted with toxic stuff since the 70s. Since the 70s. That's DDT. That's everything that they used in Vietnam. That means every chemical that they banned from now, since the 70s. That's a lot of toxicity. There's nothing that washes that or that lake out. There's no streams that go. It's a man-made lake. It's a filth. it's a toxic cocktail. They ban a lot of stuff from the United States because of those chemicals. They will not let them in the other states as food. You go to Mexico, you cannot take your food down there. And it's stupid part is they don't let fruits come from Mexico because they have seeds. You can regrow those seeds because they're natural. I have a funny feeling organic is kind of be coming from Mexico soon. If I was a betting man, I'd probably, in organics, I would to Mexican companies if I was going to invest. Because that's, they find seeds in your apples, not no more. In your oranges, not no more. How do you regrow? You got to call Monsanto or some chemical company. They're only one time. Corn, not no more. I mean, it's all. You can't regrow it. You have to spray toxic chemicals on it. That's why they wear the hazmat suits. Yeah. So, well, you know what the dumb thing is? They just tell their neighbors because that wind blows it. Where? Right into the housing, right next door. I mean, there's no barrier up. How come there's not even no signs of to say toxic? Well, there are signs. It's just don't eat it because of the toxicity. But did they tell people where they're spraying? Because they're now it's in the air. All the kids. I'm willing to bet if we did statistics on where you lived and the toxic and the toxicity of the children, I'm willing to bet the numbers are going to match. More women go to have miscarriages in this town. It is off the chart. I'm willing to bet. Go to Watsonville Hospital, see how many people go with miscarriages. All the doctors' offices, how many women. I bet you that we are probably off the chart. And in between my wife and I'm married twice, we've been there about 4 times. I think that's a lot. And it's actually a lot. My friends, all about the same, if not more. I mean, back in the old days, it'd be once. You know, you go up to the top of Mount Madonna, it looks like the Garden of Eden. You go to the top of Mount Madonna, look down here, big horseshoe. It is about one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see. I'm surprised it flashes red. All the toxic chemicals that are used. And we're global. Watsonville is a global town.
Oh, yeah.
Anywhere you go in the world, you will see a product from Watsonville. And that's a fact. I mean, they ship all over the world. Not every town can say that. But then we're only, 50,000? That small amount feeding global, that's impressive. I mean, we are 10 times above the average of normal, regular towns as citizens. And we have one of the worst police departments, second to none. And their track record. And then they harass. I mean, I don't get it. I don't understand. We should have the best, according to the numbers. But instead, we got second to worst. First place losers. Isn't that what that is? Well, yeah, they criminalize you. If you're not criminal, by the end of the year, you will be. Because they will make sure that you are. And then 10 people, 100 people a year die out here. It's not a death sentence. It shouldn't be a death sentence to be homeless. I mean, the night it was storming, a 19-year-old body slid up to my feet. I found out she was the only night. I thought it was a different person, a friend of mine, dressed the same. I mean, they were. I didn't want to roll over. I went to the police department to go report the car that hit her because that part of the section of Main Street, all 4 lights were out of the street lights. He was crossing the street. it wasn't the car's fault. Why were all the streetlights still out? All four of them on both sides. It's dark. It was rainy. I mean, even the guy that hit her, he wasn't going that fast. But, and his body slid about 30, 40 feet, right up to my feet. You could smell it. You could smell the blood. I thought it was a friend of mine. Unfortunately, I found out it was a 19-year-old girl that was homeless. I went to go report it, and the cop just said, don't worry about it, forget it. I'm like, forget it? Yeah. On top of their great powers of observation, I'm 5'4". Yeah, I'm not trained in observation, but I'm 5'6" and a half. And yeah, we had that debate when they came after me on a trespassing charge. With the M16s or AR-15s. None of the officers had cards. How convenient. They never have cards. I mean, I've asked many of them, even the last ones that were here, didn't have, not even theirs. Well, the guy, but I got his card. 1 out of 3. And only because they had to stand there and watch. They made me stay aside, or that I was going to be arrested and told that leave town if I didn't want to be harassed. I was born and raised here. I don't remember seeing any of those cops live or be born and raised here. Who the hell are they to tell me anything? Why don't they go back home? How about that one? I mean, go police in your own backyard. Because I'm in mine. I mean, where's the crime in that? I was born and raised here. I'm not no dummy, and I'm not gonna. I know my rights. And that was a clear violation of all of my rights, even as a human being. And then the belittling, that's just bullying at its finest. Oh wait, Watsonville at its finest. Wait, I don't know how you call that, whatever. But it ain't fine at any point or any way. So, Watsonville's finest. I think that would be these people here. If you're not part of the solution, it's simple. You're part of the problem. I mean, what other choice is there? If you're not fixing it, you're breaking it. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. It's that simple. I mean, what's in the middle? Because it used to be, I mean, the law's got to be made somewhere, right? And you don't know until you get there. And we know what's right and we know what's wrong. And times change, and so do the laws need to change according. I mean, where's that at? Isn't that the way it used to be? Why isn't it like that anymore? Or who came out of Watsonville? How many people are in politics from Watsonville? We've got quite a few. I mean, I'd vote for them. Well, it's the people, the regular people, everyday people. I mean, and why don't they count? Are they being outed out, or are they being bought out, or are they being pushed out by dollars that one person or a few people have? That doesn't sound right. Because I thought we're all equal and have the same amount of vote. Or is it how much money you have in your wallet? Because that means somebody coming out of town can come and buy a lot of votes or a lot of polls. Is that right? Is it fair? Do they know the history of Watsonville? I mean, we've had enough of that already. I mean, it doesn't seem to be working for the health of anything or anybody out here. Health-wise, I'll start there. Let's check mental health of all the people. All of a sudden, you know, these companies came in and started putting their money into Watsonville. Doesn't look good for Watsonville. Yeah, they also got emergency money for the homeless, but we're not seeing any of it. I mean, if you do the numbers, everybody here should have a house or two. It's being allocated to 80% of management that already have houses and jobs. Why? Then the 20%, that means we have to pick people out here when it's supposed to. Why don't we do it the other way around? They'll take 20% and give us the 80, and it'll probably work out. I think so. I mean, let's try that once. You know? I mean, we sure get a lot of volunteers out here. I mean, how come all the ones that have to get paid are, where are they? The volunteers can't show up because they're day off on every holiday, on everything. We got to eat every day. Whenever they decide to take a day off, that's the days we don't get to eat, or we get any services, or we don't get any assistance. Shit, you look at a calendar year, how long is that? Every federal or holiday that these guys take off? Geez, how many days do you have on? Might be the better question. I mean, it must be a great job. I wouldn't know, because my performance delegates how long I have my job. And if the performance ain't that good, you're not going to have it. I quit because, you know what? I can't afford to work anymore because of I get dinged on everything. My kids are already 30 years old. I'm still back to just the interest alone. Just the interest alone. But it's set up that way for you to fail. And I used to make good money. But not with the interest, There's no way. That's banker's math. Wow. I bet they get all the holidays off too. And their performance, well, who keeps bailing them out? Government. Free money. Even if you lose a lot of money, how much has the banks lost? A lot of people's money, and they still get to keep their jobs. Wow. Yeah, they created the problem to keep their jobs. Ain't that something? Taxation with that representation. Where's the next America?
Well,
the Lord never said that to anybody that I know of. I mean, isn't that a book of examples of how to live together, not a book to persecute? Organized religion, organized crime. What's the difference? That's basically the bottom line. And they use that book as parts of it, not even complete. The parts that suit them. Wow. For control of the masses. Who has the most money on the planet? Who owns the most land on the planet? And why come they don't tax the birds and the animals? All in the name of progress or God? Oh, I'm not sure which one, but as per definition, who defines that? And how much are they getting paid? I mean, I'm sure they're not volunteering, that's for sure. And that gold chair that they sit on, even the toilet, really? I mean, how much do you need? What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine, because you're renting it from me. I guess that's the new one. Because, yeah, even though you pay me an absorbent amount, I still get to keep it and throw you out whenever I feel like it. Yeah, to the day you die. Or you'll work to death. Not sure which one, because it's heading in that direction. And they get to pick and choose. Who's they? Right, the ones that didn't even raise here at all seem to be, I don't know, maybe they're from Europe. Maybe that's why they're getting it, buying it back. Oh wait, that's the Japanese, I'm sorry. The wars that are conventional wars, with their double ending. Oh wait a minute, we're putting down the infrastructure for them as we take their resources. We're the youngest country and the biggest bully. And we're even bullying ourselves. When it came to the religion part, or even of that type of organization, it already made me sick to my stomach to research that part. Because I'm sure that's going to be a lot worse. So it's like, wow. I mean, even the textbooks from America are different than what's from perspective.
you mentioned a little bit about the police coming and telling you got to go.
Yeah. So I asked them, so where are you taking me? Where am I going? They said, not my problem. I thought you guys have to relocate me. To be a city, you have to have provisions for the people in that city, especially homeless. You have to relocate them. So I thought it was weird that they wouldn't even let me get a lot of my stuff out. They gave me a few days, but I mean, when you live with all your stuff, it's you believe in the rights that you have. I didn't get enough time to box things up, so this is like the fourth time already. So I have to start all over again from nothing. But the last time I had an interview, I think they put down only 2 paragraphs, and it said starting from less than 0 because it gets either stolen, ripped off, or dumped by the city. Because where do you store it at? Usually you have your house or a garage where you can rent a storage, but you're not allowed to. I don't know, it's weird. It's actually pretty targeting. And you know, they tell you that's wrong, but they don't give you the set of rules to go by. So every time you make a mistake, there they are. They're ready because they know what you're going to do because they have it down, and there is a procedure because they seem to be on top of it, and there seems to be some type of rules, but they're not going to tell you, but they're going to let you trip on them. That way you're the criminal, and they're right there waiting for you. How convenient. Wow. All wrapped. I mean, it's almost like a protocol. I mean, but they say they don't have one, and they don't stereotype, and it's all just by chance. Really? Is that the standard? I have to leave. Why? That they're supposed to relocate me. I mean, you know, who is 100% of the time? There are going to be slight mistakes here and there if you don't know the rules. Where are they? We've been trying to follow them. We've been cooperating. We've been doing, but they always get us on a technicality because there are no rules. There are no, and there's nothing other than the sign that says you have to go, but with some code. Where's the book to look that up? Where's the resources to? I mean, where are the ones that are supposed to? That they don't tell us that we're supposed. What? I mean, when you ask a county worker, they ask, how can I help you? We're like, where do we start? I don't know. I mean, they're the experts on it. Shouldn't they don't want to suggest nothing because that would be wrong. So, okay. I mean, can I get something to eat? Sure. Here you go. Okay. Have a nice day. I don't know. I guess so. I guess we solved that one problem today. I guess maybe I'll see you next week because they only come like once a week. So, but then the resources, all the other things, where to stay, where to go, what are my options? I mean, if I didn't have mental problems, I probably will be pretty soon. You know, and I guess that's the end goal. Now, your mental state of mind, and you have to go where? Okay, just medication that's going to kill you. At least your kidneys or your liver. And then because of, drug use. Isn't that what happens when you use, pharmaceuticals? But I've seen really pretty healthy, 58, really strong, really healthy. Most people out here, not so lucky. But then I refuse to take pharmaceuticals. But then again, I'm one of the healthiest ones out here. I won't even take a time. You see the side effects on all that stuff? My daughter passed away from kidney failure. She didn't use drugs. She was in the military. But she went to the doctors. I'm not a pharmaceuticist. I don't know things. But I know that when she told me all the pills she was taking, I said, that's going to kill you. And she said, she just came out and go with me. She wasn't saying her breakfast was good. I went to go visit her. So, all the plans that we had, we went to go see her. Well, I guess I'm a homeless criminal in Watsonville now because I just can't see myself growing up there. I have 3 grandkids. Look at the treehouse built later. Right now, I just got a lot of stuff to do. Basically, dodging the cops. This death sentence I got for being homeless. not the gunman down the old-fashioned way. I don't know. I mean, it's not out of the question with these guys. Guess we'll see. Find another pharmaceutical company can get. Guess, you know, where do you go for, what resources do we got there? The end results of their actions are all the dead people. How come they're not accountable? So they knew they played the numbers game. They, just like the insurance companies, they played the numbers game. Who's going to sue and who's not? It's up to me. I said we all do it. We all sue, and they put them out of business. Get the ones that aren't going to do it right. Get them out of office. And the ones that ain't got a good work performance, the officers either retrain them or work performance isn't good. Get rid of them. You can't take out high school bullying out of the rest of the people. Because let's be realistic about it. I don't make the stereotypes. I just read a lot of the statistics. If the shoe fits, what can you say? I mean, really, the numbers are all there. The numbers don't lie. A lot of people do that are in office that should. Accountability. Boil out to. And then oversight committees. Maybe they need to be. Somebody needs to police the police. And somebody has nothing to do with it. They can't bribe or, I don't know. Every time I go to 7-Eleven, these guys seem to be getting free coffee. Oh, the officer, as I was telling you, guys make over $100,000. He goes, a little bit more than that. I said, oh, is that right, smart ass? Okay. Well, let me tell you what a dumb shit you are. I mean, really? And you still can't do your job right? Wow, what a waste of money. 86 officers. I'm not saying they're all bad. But you know, they know which ones are and which ones aren't. So does it make them just as guilty? Accountability. Yeah. No. Because why? Because you can. Is that your new mantra? Your new motto? Because we can? Because that's what I was told. No, you can't. You can't. You need to do your job. Do it right. Or maybe you should get out of town. Isn't that the way? Let's ask Squatter. Take something from zero. How about that one? Yeah, that's not what I paid for. All the years that I had business and work, that's not what I paid for. I wasn't always homeless. You know, that seems to be the only thing they think. I don't think so. There's a lot of people that remember. Fixed a lot of places, fixed a lot of houses, fixed a lot of businesses in this town. It was good and it was cheap. But, divorce does strange things to you. And then, because I didn't call first, I'm the bad guy. That's what the bottom line is. Whoever files first. Wow, there's a good one. How about whoever right or who's ever wrong? Isn't there? Yeah, let's go with that one. And you ask any one of these people. They're not all drug addicts, but they seem to have mental problems now. It's cold out here. It hurts. It's so cold, it literally hurts. When people say, oh, I just want to try being out there for a day. Don't pick the summertime. Pick a windy, rainy night. Because not just the rain is cold. The wind hits you. Yeah, then sneeze during COVID. See if you don't get mobbed. Or let into a store because you're cold. You know what? I used to lead by example. When I did my work, I had lead by example. You're not going to work. We're going to work together. If you, I said, if you can keep up with me, I'll give you my paycheck. even when it comes to digging trenches, the old guy. The young guys couldn't keep up. The experience has a lot. I mean, I dig my own trenches. It's no big deal. You know, why rent a machine for hundreds of dollars? Maybe I'll take those $100, and by the end of the day, I'll have my trench done, and that'll be better than the machine will make. I mean, why? I mean, they know what they do. They know what's wrong. They know what's wrong. All these people out here, they do a damn good job. I'm pretty proud of people. You know, I mean, not the way they're treated, but I don't think this city would be the city that it is without them. Because they do a lot. There's a few bad ones, sure, but that's in everything. But the majority of them, they'll show you a thing or two. I mean, I thought I was pretty. These guys will show me some. I mean, I've about living on the land, living on a budget. I mean, they showed me a lot. I mean, I thought I could do some pretty good stuff. I'm pretty smart when it comes to, and pretty handy. These guys are creative, innovative, and off the land, and have all the garbage. Well, it's not even garbage. You could see how much money is made off this, what people throw away, wasteful. And that's even that. You can learn a lot. You can learn a lot if you pay attention out here. Or you could die. I've been out here 5, I thought I was on a couple of years. It's been 5 or 6. It's just being in survival mode. But you learn a lot. I mean, there's nothing, I can go anywhere in the world. Drop me off anywhere. It'll be all right. Does it, I mean, except for my daughter passing, I'm pretty happy. You know what I mean? But I was hoping sometimes I get that. Can't have everything, right? That's okay. I mean, I'm still, as they said, well, at least you're okay, Andy. Really? Wow. Makes me feel a whole lot better. You know what I mean? A little bit of normality would be nice to visit my kids as my dad used to visit his mom. I mean, that's the way it goes, right? I mean, is that what you're supposed to do? I mean, kids are supposed to die after you, not before you. And why? Because she went with the pharmaceutical company. She's not even on drugs. She's not even, because she went in, came out worse. She actually saved me. But she's a veteran. She served. Then when I asked the mayor, can't you just put a light up on that Veterans Hall, on the flag that our kids gave up their lives for, our children, some of our parents too. I mean, at nighttime, at least put the light. That isn't it the law? The city's breaking the law itself. It's a federal law not to have a light on the American flag if it flies that night. It's the law, and they didn't, they won't, and they couldn't. 5 times. I mean, how embarrassing. And then they want us to follow the law? Wow. That's not leading by example. That's not a state law, it's a federal law. Not state or county. That's the big guys asking you. It's your duty, basically, as an American citizen. I dragged them till I put it up there, and then it burnt out again. Some of our kids died for that. At least respect it. And they didn't even know how to fold the flag. I do.
Better.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the Veterans Hall building. And why are they sitting in it? And why did they buy it? Why was it sold? It should be, isn't it a state? I mean, I don't know. I mean, why is the city buying up all this property or acquiring all this property? For what? It ain't being so they can have a new parking garage? So they can have a new on a four-story building to put what in it? Okay, the library, I get it. But the other, what's wrong with the courthouse? I mean, what's wrong with all these other things? How many hospitals do we, I mean, we got, it's a small town. That's so much excess. I mean, we got three huge, I mean, we got the best equipment that money can buy, and excess of it. I'm like, why so many? I mean, they got a tank. They need a tank for. Then they want military-grade weapons. You got me for what? Who are they fighting? That's what's expensive. They can't even fix the. They can't even keep the light on the flag properly. Now you want to get military weapons? That's insane. I mean, what are they thinking? I mean, you need special training for that. They don't have. Against who? The militia that's supposed to come get them. You know, come after them for all the abuse that they're used. I mean, isn't that part terrorist, foreign and domestic? Who's terrorizing who? Well, they should get a tank.
Hey, can I cut right there?
Yeah, right? I mean, it's about the people need to get involved. I mean, how many people walk by and just run and hide? It costs more money to be homeless than it does to have a house.
Yeah.
I never let myself get bullied in high school, and I ain't gonna do it now. In English, Andy. Si hablo español, Andrés. Representing Mesa Village, I guess. but I'm here at the levee. This is Watsonville. We're all in it together.